Get ready to dive into the wild and wonderful world of São Paulo. We're talking about a city where you can sip coffee in a museum, get lost in a park that feels like a mini jungle, and eat a sandwich bigger than your head, all in one day. Whether you're an art lover, a food fanatic, or just someone who's really good at getting lost in big cities, these top 10 spots in São Paulo will have you wondering why you didn't visit sooner. Spoiler alert, you're gonna fall in love with this city. Just try not to get stuck in traffic. Hello and welcome to our channel. We're Dennis and Becca, and we're thrilled you're here. If you're into fun, adventure, and a bit of craziness, you're in the right place. We're all about bringing you awesome content, and we need your help to make it even better. So smash that like button and hit the subscribe button in the lower right corner of this video, and drop a comment to let us know what you want to see next. Let's grow this channel together and make some epic memories. Now that introductions are out of the way, let's explore the top 10 spots in São Paulo that will keep you entertained for hours. When you're in São Paulo, one of the first places you've got to check out is Ibirapuera Park. Kicking off our countdown in the number 10 spot, this place is like the lungs of the city, a massive green space right in the middle of all that concrete and traffic. Imagine needing a break from all the chaos, and suddenly, you find yourself surrounded by lakes, museums, and joggers trying to work off last night's caipirinhas. It's the kind of place where you can spend an entire day without even realizing it. The park is generally safe during the day, with lots of families, tourists, and locals making it a pretty relaxed environment. However, like any big park, it's best to stick to daylight hours. And if you're visiting, aim for early mornings or late afternoons to avoid the midday heat and the weekend crowds. The best part? Entry is free, though you might want to bring some cash if you're planning to visit the museums, or grab a snack from one of the vendors. It's a great way to experience a slice of local life without breaking the bank. Once you've soaked in the serenity of Ibirapuera, it's time to crank things up a notch with a visit to our number 9 spot, Avenida Paulista. This avenue is where the city really comes alive. Picture a long stretch of road where skyscrapers, museums, and shops all fight for your attention. It's the kind of place that has something for everyone, whether you're a culture buff wanting to visit the São Paulo Museum of Art, MASP, or just someone who loves to people watch. The area is pretty safe, especially during the day, but like any busy city street, you should be aware of your surroundings, especially after dark. If you really want to experience the best of Avenida Paulista, go on a Sunday. They close the road to cars, and it turns into this amazing pedestrian-friendly zone with street performers, pop-up markets, and a generally festive vibe. You can walk around for free, but if you decide to visit the museum or grab a coffee at one of the trendy cafes, you're looking at spending anywhere from 20 to 50 reais, depending on what catches your eye. After you've taken in the hustle and bustle of Paulista, you might be ready for something a bit more peaceful. That's where São Bento Monastery, number 8 on our list, comes in. This place offers a completely different vibe. Think serenity and history all wrapped up in one. With over 400 years of history, stepping inside is like stepping back in time. It's a peaceful retreat from the city's chaos, and if you time your visit right, you might catch the monks performing their Gregorian chants. It's one of those spiritual experiences that's both calming and a little eerie in the best way possible. Now, the monastery itself is safe, but the area around it can be a bit dicey, especially after dark, so plan your visit for the morning or early afternoon. The good news? Visiting is free, though I'd recommend spending a few reais on some of their homemade bread or jam. Trust me, it's worth it. Once you've had your fill of tranquility, it's time to dive into the sensory overload that is Mercado Municipal, number 7 on our countdown. If you're a foodie, this market is a must-visit. Imagine brightly colored fruits, the smell of fresh spices, and rows upon rows of local delicacies. The star of the show here is the mortadella sandwich. It's as big as your head and packed with so much flavor that you'll be questioning your life choices halfway through. But you'll keep going because it's just that good. The market is bustling and generally safe, but like any crowded place, keep an eye on your belongings and maybe skip the flashy jewelry. Plan to visit during the day when the market is in full swing, and while entry is free, if you're planning to eat, and trust me, you'll want to, a hearty meal could cost you about 30 to 50 reais. From the vibrant chaos of the market, let's shift gears and head over to Liberdade, the Japanese neighborhood, coming up at number 6. Bet you didn't know that São Paulo has the largest Japanese community outside Japan, did you? Walking through Liberdade feels like a little slice of Tokyo. There are Japanese lanterns strung across the streets, sushi joints everywhere, and shops selling everything from anime to tea sets. The neighborhood is usually safe, but it can get crowded, especially on weekends when there's a market. Best to visit on a Saturday or Sunday if you want to experience the full energy of the place, though weekdays are quieter if you're not a fan of crowds. Costs here can vary, but a decent sushi lunch might run you anywhere from 50 to 100 reais, depending on where you go. After immersing yourself in the vibrant culture of Liberdade, it's time to get a bit artsy with a visit to number 5 Pinacoteca. This museum is housed in a beautiful old building that used to be a train station, and even if you're not a huge art fan, it's worth going just to see the architecture. Inside, you'll find a stunning collection of Brazilian art that spans centuries, capturing the country's rich and diverse culture. The museum is in the Luz neighborhood, which is safe enough during the day, but I'd be cautious about hanging around after dark. It's an affordable stop on your tour. Tickets usually cost between 10 and 20 reais, and if you're lucky, you might visit on a free entry day. Now, if all that art has you craving something more energetic, head over to number 5 on our list, Museu do Futebol. Even if you're not a huge sports fan, this museum is a great way to understand why soccer is such a big deal in Brazil. It's located in the Pacaembu Stadium, and the exhibits are interactive, making it a fun experience for everyone. You can see old footage, check out memorabilia, and even get a feel for what it's like to be in the middle of a World Cup final. The area around the stadium is generally safe, especially during the day. Entry tickets are usually around 15 to 20 reais, and it's well worth it to get a deeper understanding of the Brazilian passion for soccer. If you're looking for something a bit more laid back after that, Vila Madalena is calling your name. Coming in at number 3, this neighborhood is where the city's artists and creatives hang out. It's full of street art, quirky shops, and bars that come alive at night. Bico do Batman is the highlight, a narrow alley completely covered in graffiti that changes all the time. It's one of the best places in the city for snapping some photos. Vila Madalena is safe during the day, but as with any nightlife area, it's smart to be cautious if you're out late. The best time to visit is during the afternoon to explore the shops and art, and then stick around as the sun sets to experience the buzzing nightlife. Costs here can vary widely. Grabbing a drink or two won't break the bank, but some of the trendier bars and restaurants can be a bit pricey. From the bohemian vibes of Vila Madalena, make your way to our runner-up on the list, Cathedral da Sé, another iconic spot you've got to see. This massive Gothic cathedral sits right in the heart of São Paulo's historic center, and it's as grand as they come. The architecture is stunning. Those towering spires, the intricate stained glass, and the sheer scale of the place will leave you in awe. If you're into history, make sure to check out the crypt below, where some of Brazil's most important figures are buried. The area around the cathedral can get a bit rough, especially after dark, so plan your visit during the day. It's free to enter, but if you want to take a guided tour or visit the crypt, there might be a small fee, around 5 to 10 reais. Finally, end your São Paulo adventure with a visit to the Teatro Municipal, one of the city's crown jewels. The architecture alone is worth the visit. It's a mix of Italian Renaissance and French Baroque styles that makes you feel like you've stepped into a different era. If you can, try to catch a performance here, whether it's an opera, ballet, or a concert. Even if you're not usually into the arts, just being in that space is an experience in itself. The area around the theater is pretty safe, but as always, be cautious if you're out late. The best time to visit is in the evening for a show, but if that's not your thing, they offer guided tours during the day. Ticket prices for performances can vary widely, anywhere from 30 to 200 reais, depending on the show, but the tours are usually much cheaper, around 10 to 20 reais. There you have it, folks. São Paulo in a nutshell, or at least the best parts of it. This city's got everything: chaos, culture, and a lot of concrete. It's a wild ride, but if you're up for it, São Paulo won't disappoint. Just remember, keep your wits about you, don't flash your cash, and for the love of all that is holy, learn a few words of Portuguese. Trust me, it'll get you far. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Now go book that ticket, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment to join the fun. For more unique travel tales and expert tips, stick with your friends Dennis and Becca. Dive into our channel for more engaging videos. We're just getting started and striving to grow, so your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay safe and happy exploring.